Hey everyone! The Switch 2 got leaked. You know what that means. Here's my predictions on... Who could that be?
Hey person! Cease and desist for an It's Seb. This is absurd. I'll have to sell this in court. What about your video? Don't worry. I always have a backup.
So, yeah, the Switch 2, or whatever Nintendo is calling it, got almost fully leaked. Just some pictures of the models that they're using for manufacturing, which I'm showing on screen. Right off the bat, I think we can all notice a good couple of differences. The Switch 2 is a good bit bigger than the normal Switch, which results in a lot of extra space on the bottom of the Joy-Cons. It's also a little hard to tell, but the Switch 2 might also be thinner. On top of that, there's a new charging port, which is an awesome addition for those of us who like to play in handheld mode while charging. There's also a really small button next to the vent. No clue what that is. It has the same stand as the OLED model, and what is probably the biggest deal of them all, the Joy-Cons are magnetic, given evidence by the ports on the Joy-Cons and the male connector on the screen, as well as the complete lack of rails. Additionally, there's also a new button on one of the Joy-Cons, so I have no clue what that could do. Maybe some kind of quality of life feature.
Court case something with the It's Seb versus Nintendo about Switch 2.
Your Honor!
What's up? Oh wait, sorry, I was gambling. What'd you say?
Sir, you know gambling's illegal, right?
It is.
I didn't do anything wrong. I just made a small video talking about the Nintendo Switch and its second version and potentially the leaks, which were all already public domain and free to access by anyone.
Your Honor, the defendant is accused of leaking confidential footage of the Nintendo Switch 2 compromising our entire marketing strategy and gave Pikachu a mustache!
Yo, what's up? I'm Pikachu.
Your Honor, it was an accident, and no one cares about Pikachu with a mustache.
We care. Nintendo always cares.
Did he get a new tie?
Is he doing an ad?
The real issue is that he released footage of the Switch 2 hardware. We have the receipts, footage of the OLED screen, new Joy-Cons, the 4K resolution claims.
4K? We haven't even gotten to this part of the video.
Just based off those pictures alone, we can already get a really great guess as to the console just on its own, but I like to focus on my own personal predictions for the console. First off, calling it right now, 4K TV resolution and an HD screen for handheld mode. Probably a long shot, but I think it just makes a lot of sense. Currently the Switch has 1080 HD for TV mode, however, now most TVs have evolved to be able to show 4K and soon 8K visuals, which the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles take full advantage of. For the Switch 2 to be stuck on HD visuals would seriously cause it to seem lesser than the PS5 and Series consoles. As for handheld mode, HD visuals just seem like a no-brainer. The current Switch is at a 720 handheld resolution, so implementing 1080 HD shouldn't be too hard, especially since everyone's phones can have up to 1080 resolution or more.
Nintendo, could you just say that or just not have your leaks get leaked?
We take leaks very seriously. This could cost us a million. If it's Seb keeps making videos like this, what's next? He predicts the roster of the next Smash game based off 3 shaky pictures?
You're not gonna believe this.
Your Honor, I'm just a humble content creator who likes to brag about having 20 views on a video that no one watched. Believe me, I didn't believe that anyone would believe when I said that the next Switch console is going to have release titles of Mario Kart 9 and Mario Odyssey 2.
You're not gonna believe this.
Are you kidding me?
Before we get into the other parts of the Switch 2's hardware, let's just spitball some games or apps that might come with the console. First off, Mario Kart 9 and a new Pokemon game are obvious. Those are Nintendo's biggest IPs and would probably fit all types of players. Those who play in groups will get Mario Kart, and those who play alone can get Pokemon. But there's something else that's a no-brainer. Streaming services. The Switch already has Hulu, so they can obviously do streaming. All Nintendo needs to do is just make it so the Switch 2's Wi-Fi connectivity is better and we could have HBO, Disney, Netflix, hell even Crunchyroll all on the Switch. Also, themes. The Switch 2 has to have more themes than the Switch did. Something that I think could work really well is if each game you buy comes with its own theme. You could have Breath of the Wild theme or Pokemon theme, or even Shuffle themes. I'm thinking something similar to Opera GX's browser mods, where you can like switch and mix and match all different types of music and backgrounds from other themes to make your own. I just think it would give all of our Switches a little bit more personality. Also, for the physical game cards, it's more likely that we'll be able to play normal Switch games on the Switch 2 with better graphics and improved frame rates. The Switch 2 cartridges will probably be similar to the 3DS's cartridges.
Your Honor, Nintendo's reputation is at stake here. We demand maximum punishment for his actions.
Okay, it's Seb. Do you have anything else?
May I talk to the jury?
Sure, as long as I get food right now. Oh, yeah, go talk.
First person to say I'm innocent gets head.
Your Honor, bribery is illegal, Your Honor. What are you doing?
Wait, bribery's illegal?
Okay, fine, I'll take the video down. No more leaks, no more Nintendo Switch 2, no more Pikachu with a mustache.
Okay, Joycons. Nintendo's biggest issue with the Switch. Obviously, we had major issues with the Switch's normal Joy-Cons, whether that be drift or your controller really messing up and causing button presses on its own. Hopefully, with these new Joy-Cons on the Switch 2, Nintendo will be able to better prevent Joy-Con breaks. Also, let's just talk about the fact that the Joy-Cons are now magnetic. This is awesome! No more accidentally putting on those Joy-Con strings wrong. You just need to click them on. Sure, not the craziest innovation, but definitely big. Also, in the leaks, we can make out a new button on the right Joy-Con. I'll definitely be completely honest and say that I have no idea what it does. My current main idea is that it's an on and off button for the console when it's in TV mode, so you don't have to get up and turn off the console, but for all I know, it could even just be a reset to motion controls in case the Switch 2 decides to go further into motion controls compared to the Switch on its own.
Your Honor, we demand a hefty fine from its set of $200,000 in damages and to seize any videos regarding unrelated Nintendo products.
I'm sorry, $200,000? Your Honor, that's absurd! Look, let's just compromise between the two of us. $50.
You're joking.
Not at all. Look, the people have been wanting a Switch predecessor since the PS5 got announced, and finally, we get some kind of news about a real Switch 2 or follow-up console. Of course people are going to be talking about it, especially small content creators like myself who need the extra views to help grow their channel. It's not nearly as simple as just not talking about it. So let's just settle on $50.
Fine, but should this happen again, there will be consequences.
And lastly, the dock and accessories. I highly doubt much will change about the dock. The Switch OLED version basically perfected the dock with an Ethernet plug. Something that would be really nice to see is some kind of easy way to pack up the dock with the Switch. I know there's people who like to take their entire Switch setup whenever they travel, so something to make packaging it up with the console would be incredibly nice. Maybe just a latch on the top of the dock to hold the Switch in place. Also, hear me out, game storage within the dock. It's so easy to do. Just a bit of extra plastic and a few holes for your most played games, and boom, you have a way to set up your games so that way you can easily switch them out. Look, if some random guy named Josue can make it with $2 of filament, I'm sure a $1 million company can. As for the accessories, we're obviously going to get a new Pro controller and maybe some retro controllers, but I'd love to see some of these retro controllers as magnetic Joy-Cons. Maybe you could pull apart the Pro controller into two parts and have them connect onto the main Switch and have a really nice and comfortable controller feel on the Switch on its own if you tend to just play alone. Well, I think that went pretty well. Regardless of what the Switch 2 has, I think it's actually going to do pretty decently well as long as Nintendo plays their cards right and markets it well. The innovations on the Switch 2 are massive, especially to the original Switch, which was already a pretty incredible console. I can't even imagine what a Switch 3 could look like. No. Please no. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you leave a like and leave a comment about what other videos you think I should make. Also, consider subscribing. I upload semi-regularly, and I just talk about a bunch of video game topics like this. So, yeah, consider subscribing, and if you change your mind, you can always unsubscribe later. I've been Seb, and have a great rest of your week. Bye!